This castle is home to an extremely rare 800-year-old document, which has become the symbol for modern democracy. In contrast, it's also where a Victorian experiment in dealing with crime and punishment took place. Find out where I am in just a moment. Today, there are multiple causes for celebration. Look at that space.
Look at the parking. We're ticking boxes.
And emotions run high, as we may have found the perfect gift for a birthday girl.
Oh, it's lovely.
Oh, it is very...
Today I'm in Lincolnshire, and it's here at Lincoln Castle that a copy of Magna Carta belonging to the town's cathedral is held, one of just 4 copies that have survived. The castle also houses a Victorian prison, and in the 1840s, crime was thought of as a contagious disease, so a system of separation and silence was introduced here. Prisoners were kept in total solitary confinement, and not surprisingly, it drove many of them mad, so it was abandoned a few decades later. Today, though, it's easy to climb the castle walls and gain a real sense of freedom from the countryside beyond. Lincolnshire borders the North Sea to its east for a stretch of over 50 miles. As the second largest county in England, it's also one of the most sparsely populated, characterised largely by the low-lying fens in the south, with its meandering waterways and expansive vistas. Moving further north leads to the undulating landscape of the Wolds, with scenery that inspired poet laureate Alfred Lord Tennyson, born here in Somersby in 1809. The future poet spent his childhood in this region, attending King Edward VI Grammar School in the nearby market town of Louth, also famous as being home to the highest church steeple in the country. The Viking Way is the perfect means to traverse this county on foot, starting on the banks of the Humber and extending almost 150 miles through Lincolnshire. The name is a nod to the Viking armies who settled here in the 9th century. So whether you're looking to follow in the footsteps of a fine poet or retrace historic pathways, Lincolnshire provides heritage, those renowned big skies, and swathes of countryside for aspiring escapees to enjoy. Lincolnshire is a draw for those looking to move to a peaceful, less built-up part of the country. And in fact, it offers great value for rural property shoppers. The average cost of a detached home here is just over £220,000. That's £100,000 below the national figure. And getting the most from their property pound is definitely on the agenda for today's buyers. So let's meet them. Dawn and Russ have called Farnborough in Hampshire home for the past 25 years. Whilst they have an increasing desire to escape the busyness of town life, they recognise it's family that dictates where home is.
I think I'm going to be sad to leave this house, if I'm honest, because this is where we've had our family and they haven't known anywhere else.
I think we've outgrown Farnborough in the sense of what we're looking for now in terms of the peace, the tranquility, the rural locations is no longer available to us locally. I don't get as attached to the bricks and mortar. Wherever my family is, that's where my quality of life is.
And it's those strong family ties that are the main push behind this rural move.
We've been married for 24 years, nearly. We've got 2 children, Jessica, who's 23 and recently married herself, and Tom, our youngest, is soon to be 21. Our daughter's married somebody in the forces, and they're waiting for a posting that they'll move to in June.
They have to nominate areas that they'd like to relocate to, and Lincolnshire is number 1.
Family life makes Lincolnshire the top choice for these devoted parents. But it's also their love of the great outdoors that's driving this move to the countryside.
We've been thinking about the Lincolnshire Wolds because it's an area of outstanding natural beauty.
We're very outdoor people. We've got 2 lovely German Shepherds. I think it's a very scenic area that we can walk the dogs, but it also gives us close proximity to the coast, so it's the best of both worlds.
With Russ set to retire later this year, they're both looking forward to the next phase of their lives together, eager to embrace both their new location and the lifestyle that it will offer.
The likelihood is that on a weekly basis we'll be saying, let's go and see what's in Spilsby, let's go and see what's in Louth, let's go to the market, things that today we don't really have the option or the opportunity to do. So yeah, very much looking forward to the Wolds.
Russ and Dawn have been drawn to Lincolnshire by the beauty of the Wolds, but they're nevertheless open-minded and happy to look at properties throughout the county. To gain a better understanding of the home they're after, I'm meeting up with them to learn more. So good morning, you two. Welcome to Lincolnshire.
Morning.
How does it feel to be here, looking at homes for the first time in almost 25 years?
We're really looking forward to it. We're really excited about the next stage.
So is it just the two of you making the move here? Is this a downsize?
Down budget, not down size.
Okay.
And we'll be bringing our 20-year-old son and two very large German Shepherd dogs.
Now, what are we looking for in terms of the property?
Spacious, enclosed because of the dogs, and a garage for cars and what have you.
OK, so let's talk about the practicalities, the number of bedrooms, the layout.
We're hoping for a nice big family space. We're quite lucky where we are at the moment. We've got quite a large kitchen, and I'm hoping to kind of incorporate a living area into that, so that when we get back from walking the dogs, we can all be in the same space. And ideally 3 or 4 bedrooms, so that our children and hopefully grandchildren can come and visit.
Is there a particular style of home that appeals?
We've not really given it much thought. We've been in our current house 24 years and we bought it new. So we're very open. Something with some character, because we've had that lacking. Our house has been lovely, and internally, if we could pick it up and move it, that would be great.
So what kind of budget are we working with?
We're working with £500,000.
Well, before we hit the road and start searching, I've got to say this is quite a special day, isn't it? I think it's a happy birthday.
It is, yes.
For you.
I'm celebrating my 50th today, so the start of a new venture for us all.
Brilliant. Well, we're really thrilled you're spending it with us here, and I guess the best birthday present we could give you is to find you that dream house, isn't it?
That would be lovely.
Should we get started then?
Absolutely, let's go.
No pressure on me on this one. Come on.
Thank you.
With a healthy budget of £500,000, Dawn and Russ would like a character home with a large family kitchen for entertaining. They need at least 3 bedrooms plus additional living space for son Tom. And finally, they want a rural location providing plenty of dog walking opportunities. We've lined up some fine country homes that aim to meet our buyers' needs and help define what their own elusive style might actually be. However, I won't be revealing the price until after they've finished each tour. And last but not least will be our mystery house, which could challenge their entire perception of a character property. To get our house hunt underway, we're heading to the village outskirts of Woodall Spa. Designated a conservation area in 1991, this attractive village was famed in the 19th century for its mineral springs. As a result, the main streets are lined with elegant Victorian and Edwardian buildings, giving the village a real sense of character. In the 20th century, it rose to prominence due to the area's military connections. During the Second World War, the famous 617 Squadron, dubbed the Dambusters, operated from RAF Woodall Spa. With multiple claims to fame, Woodall Spa is a highly desirable place to call home. And 2 miles from the centre of the village, we're viewing a property that could make that prospect a reality. So, here we are, the first house in 25 years.
That's beautiful.
That's stunning. Gardens look lovely.
Can't take it all in.
So you keen to take a look inside?
Absolutely, let's go.
Let's go and explore it. Our first offering is a barn conversion dating back to the 1800s and renovated in 2001 using reclaimed brick and timber from the original building. We're starting in the kitchen, which is an exceptional space for family entertaining. So you come straight in through that very sweet little entrance hall. Wow. What a fabulous
Beautiful
kitchen.
is that? That is stunning, isn't it? And the beams aren't too low, which is great. It's just a nice little family place because you can be there while people are preparing things, and it's lovely. And I like the colours. I do like the
I'm
colours.
speechless. It's beautiful.
Could you imagine yourselves coming in here with the dogs after a long walk, getting the range going and...
Bacon sandwiches, absolutely.
And what about the style of the kitchen? Is that your taste, Dawn?
Yes, definitely. I didn't know what my taste was, but, you know, there's nothing in here I'd change. It's lovely.
These are such great, decisive reactions, given that this is the first home they've viewed in almost 25 years. So it bodes well for the rest of the tour. Next door to the kitchen is a good-sized utility room, and opposite this, the living room. How about that for a fireplace?
Wow.
That's stunning.
I do like the brickwork. And that vaulted ceiling. Height on that.
The vaulted ceiling is beautiful.
It's like every room, so it's got its own little character.
This house has got a modern twist to it and it's immaculately done, but it does still have that lovely character of the old building, doesn't it?
It does.
It is quite stunning, isn't it?
This barn has been converted whilst retaining a sense of the building's history, and that's clearly hitting the right note with Dawn and Russ. Across the living area is a mezzanine landing, currently set up as an office, which leads to the property's charming master bedroom, benefiting from high sloping ceilings and its own ensuite. Back on the ground floor, this conversion has the scope to be divided up. On one side is a double bedroom with a shower room next door. Virtually self-contained, it could work perfectly for Russ and Dawn's son Tom. On the other side of the property are a further 2 bedrooms, sharing a bathroom between them. We're heading in that direction, but along the way we're stopping at the most recent addition to this property, the garden room, added in 2013, which is a showstopper. And so here we have the other end of the house. Here's your garden room.
That's quite a theme running through the property, isn't it? Angulations all over the place and the vault sort of ceilings.
Height, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice because it makes it very eerie, doesn't it?
It's lovely.
And then through here is a room that you could call your own.
Oh, on the ground floor. Oh, wow.
So here we go, just off the garden room, this really pretty bedroom.
That's beautiful. And what's through this?
You've got a great-sized ensuite. It's actually a Jack and Jill bathroom, so there's another bedroom on the other side. You could leave it as a second bedroom. It could be great for when family come to stay, you know, adjoining rooms sharing a bathroom, or you could be quite decadent, and I thought you could convert that into a dressing room.
Yeah, that would be lovely.
At least you've got the gear to fill it.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that Russ and Dawn can see the potential of the layout here. And the outside space offers a lot too, including an attractive patio area and a walled courtyard perfect for entertaining. There's a beautiful country garden with a variety of mature trees and plants. And if that isn't enough for the dogs, well, there's also just over half an acre of land for them to run around in. So here we go. It's a good-sized garden, as you can see, beautifully landscaped. But this isn't all, because you also get the paddock over there. How does the paddock grab you?
Excellent space for the dogs.
Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. You don't have the double garage that I know you potentially would have liked, but you do have that good-sized workshop over there, and you could easily convert that.
It's lovely. It's very peaceful. It's very well maintained.
Would you be up for a garden of this size, for the work that it would entail?
Knowing we're going to have the time.
Yeah, and certainly the paddock, I feel, a sit-on mower that's
Coming
coming my way, possibly.
A boy's toy.
A boy's toy.
Yeah. Good. Well, I'm glad for the first house that it's really struck a chord with you. So you know what's coming now, don't you?
Evaluation.
How much is this property on the market for, and who would like to go first?
I think you should go first.
I'm guessing it's towards the top end of our budget. I'm going to go with 475.
OK, so your top budget is £500,000.
£500,000,
You say
yes.
£475,000. Dawn, what are you going to go for?
I'll say £485,000.
It's on the market for less than both of you have said, £465,000.
It's interesting. It's very interesting.
Is that good news?
It's very good news.
That's food for thought.
So you'd have room left in the budget
Yeah.
to, you know, turn that into a garage if you wanted, certainly for your ride-on mower.
Yeah.
So now you know the price, go back in and take some time just to look around and come and find me when you've seen enough.
OK.
OK.
Lovely, thank you.
Enjoy. I mean, this is absolutely brilliant. Dawn and Russ haven't been house hunting in 25 years, and I don't think we could have got off to a better start. Under budget by £35,000, this 19th century barn conversion has proved to be a great opening gambit. Meeting our buyer's brief, it delivers on that large family kitchen with practical flooring for the dogs and 4 double bedrooms with an adaptable layout to accommodate extra family. The well-maintained garden comes with a workshop, and the paddock would be great for the dogs.
Big wow factor. Fantastic in terms of the space, beautifully decorated. Quite quirky, but nevertheless very impressive.
As we've got 2 large dogs, we've got lots of space here. All the floors are dog friendly. It would suit them very well.
For me, it offers a variety of different areas to use in a variety of different ways. A very large kitchen, so you can imagine yourself, surrounded by family there. But also there's some nice little hideaways where even if you had guests, they could lose themselves in one part of the house, you could have the privacy in the other part of the house.
I think the family would really like this house. There's lots of space to accommodate all of us when we get together, lots of thinking to do.
Well, I found the sun trap.
Yeah,
this is
lovely.
fabulous. And a beautiful
Nice to see the
smell from all these herbs here as well. Good. Has your birthday got off to a good start?
It has, excellent start.
Brilliant. OK, and there's more to see as well, so come on. As a largely rural county, Lincolnshire is a key area for crop production, with agricultural land making up around 80% of the Wolds area of outstanding natural beauty. One historic crop that thrives here is willow. Thanks to the county's soft, wet terrain, this adaptable plant can be spotted growing around the marshes and wetlands associated with this region. Dawn and Russ are eager to discover new hobbies once they move. As they're keen to try out new pastimes, they're dropping by to see artist Susie Mulligan at her workshop in the heart of the Wolds. Originally from America, she relocated to Lincolnshire in 1971 and has been creatively using willow in her work for nearly 20 years.
Hi.
Hi Susie, I'm Russ, this is
Hi.
Dawn.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to my willow patch.
So how big is the willow patch?
This willow patch, which comprises of about 2,500 plants, is probably about a quarter of an acre all told.
So what is the cycle of willow throughout the year?
Around December, as soon as the leaves drop off, we cut all the willow back from the main stalks, and then it starts to sprout again in about March. I cut it again in late May, and then by the following December I get nice, long, skinny bits of willow that are suitable for baskets and other things that we make.
Once it's been harvested, what sort of things can you do with willow?
If you can think it up, you can make it. It's limitless, and we can make something together. Would you like?
That'd be great.
Follow me.
Once Susie has cut the willow, it's brought to the barn and sorted into bundles based on size and variety. They're then left to dry in an open shed before being re-soaked to make them flexible for basket making.
We are going to make a simple hanging basket. You've got a block of wood with numbers on it, and you've got 5 pieces of willow. And to start with, you're going to stand the willow up, pushing them all the way down to the bottom. Now, starting with number 1, you're going to bend that. Don't worry about it breaking, it won't break. And then you're going to take the number 2 one and bend that down over the top of number 1. Then you're going to take number 3 and bend it down next to number 4. And then you take number 4 and bend it down to number 5. And then the number 5 one, you're going to bend across and lay on top of number 1. And can you see that each one is trapping the next one? So you're just going to keep folding them over and bending them down. So it's very systematic. Most of basket making, everything you do with willow, is very repetitive, a bit like knitting or crocheting, and therapeutic. It's a bit like doing yoga.
I haven't got the patience for yoga, as you'll see with this basket in a few moments.
Gradually, we're going to start decreasing the square by putting them slightly inwards, a little bit at a time, until we get very close to where it's nearly joining up to the finish.
Although this looks a tricky skill to master, Susie's years of experience mean that she can make just about anything from this malleable material, including a 12-foot dragon.
And I even had to make a bicycle basket for Santa Claus, who delivered presents to children in hospital. And he looked like Santa Claus, he dressed like Santa Claus, and I made a basket for his bicycle.
To finish off their basket, Susie creates a small gap and tucks the top pieces of the willow underneath to secure it in place. Pulling all the pieces tightly will then hold it all together.
Ta-da! What do you reckon, Susie?
Oh, that's great. That's great.
All that's left is to get the basket out of the block and finally trim the original ends down to size.
There you go. So well done. You've made your first little willow basket. Congratulations on doing that, and I hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you very much, Susie. It's been great.
Great.
Russ and Dawn have gained an insight into a craft woven into Lincolnshire's heritage. But time to focus on the here and now and continue our house hunt. For our second property, we are making tracks to the pretty village of Partney. Situated on the southern edge of the Wolds, it's considered a gateway to the area of outstanding natural beauty that this county is famous for. Residents benefit from a 17th century pub and a town hall. Known as the Victory Hall, it was built to commemorate those who died in the First World War. Set in the centre of the village is the local church dating back to the 14th century. And a short 2-minute stroll away is our second property, which certainly has presence.
So here we are. I think the word is probably substantial.
It is. Look at that space.
Look at the parking. You know, the size of the house and the parking, it's just...
And double garage.
Really?
Heaven, yes.
Wow, we're ticking boxes.
What do you think of the style of house?
It's got a lot more character than our current house.
Yeah, and I like the frontage. I'm very intrigued just to go behind the door.
So shall we go and explore and see if there's as much space waiting beyond that door as I think you're hoping for?
That would be lovely.
Yeah,
All
yes,
right,
please.
come on.
Given the character feel, it's perhaps surprising that it was built just shy of the year 2000. Behind the attractive facade is a very substantial 7-bedroom home. It consists of a large living room connected to the family kitchen, as well as a dining room. We're entering straight into the large hallway, which could actually double as an additional reception room.
So come on in.
Wow, what a fabulous entrance hall.
It's a great size for an entrance hall, isn't it?
It's huge.
So you've got a formal dining room just off there to the left. You've got a utility and a boot room just over there in the far corner. But I think the room you're going to really like is just through here, so follow me.
Moving through the property, we enter the spacious kitchen diner that hopefully will be to Russ and Dawn's taste.
So underneath these beautiful arches, and here's your kitchen dining space.
Nice room.
Yeah.
I like the shape of the space.
And it has this kind of semi-open plan feel, doesn't it?
Yes, it makes it flow.
And what about the style of the kitchen?
I think the style of the house lends itself more to the furnishings we've currently got. So you can sort of visualise some of your own furniture in this property.
In this space, yes.
You could exist in this space, couldn't you?
You could. But there is another fantastic space that you would probably enjoy existing in very much. So if you let me squeeze through the middle and follow me. So, is this big enough for you?
Wow, look at the size of that fireplace.
That's going to kick out some heat.
That's going to kick out a lot of heat. We used to have a coal fire in our first property and boy, do they kick out some heat. So something that size. Oh.
Just thinking of the family all being here in this space with multiple dogs, it would accommodate everyone.
Yeah, and you could almost get lost in it.
As we continue exploring, the huge proportions of this property are all too evident, including the spacious accommodation upstairs where 5 of the 7 bedrooms are. The smallest is currently being used as a dressing room, and the remaining 4 are a good size. There's a double, 2 rooms large enough to serve as twins, and both have adjoining en-suites. And what's more, there's a well-appointed large family bathroom.
So this is the current master bedroom. Nice dual aspect. It's got its own ensuite.
It's just huge inside.
Is it too big? No, you've seen upstairs.
It's on the edge.
I mean, could you imagine being here just the 2 of you?
That's the bit you've got to get your head round. How often would you have full occupancy from a family perspective? It's certainly a very big property, very big property.
OK, well, we've seen the house. I haven't forgotten about Tom, though. Oh? Because he's making this move with you.
Yes.
So let's go outside, because I've got a surprise for you outside.
Right.
Dawn and Russ wanted acres of space for all the family to come and stay. With enough accommodation for everyone inside, outside delivers generously for the dogs with a good-sized yet manageable garden. Plus there's also a gate with direct access to a public footpath running along the edge of the boundary. Perfect for dog walks directly from the house.
So come out onto this rather splendid terrace. It's a good size snack.
Fantastic for family barbecues.
Absolutely.
It's brilliant.
Another big entertaining area.
It's quite simple at the back here, not a great deal been done to it. And you've probably noticed there's some quite large kennels down there as well. Now, I'm not for a minute suggesting the kennels for Tom. Don't get... let's get rid of that idea. But what I do think may be of interest to him is the annex just there at the end. It's 2 one-bedroomed annexes at the moment, each with a separate entrance and their own ensuite. And I did think that you could convert that into a really nice space for him with a kitchenette, living area and a bedroom and a bathroom. So Tom could have his own completely...
Independent living.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So he'd have a lot of freedom, really. Do you think he'd like that?
Yeah, it could work very well. We'd have to give careful consideration to the rent, though. I mean, that's big.
So what do you think it's on the market for, this house?
I'm a little bit overwhelmed because of the size of it. So with our budget of £500,000, I think it's going to be nearer the top. So I'm going to guess 485.
What about you, Russ?
I'm thinking, based on the scale of the property, it could be slightly over budget.
OK.
So I'm into 510.
It is actually under budget, and Dawn, you were closest this time.
Oh, okay.
It's on at £475,000. Is that a pleasant surprise?
It is, yes.
Very surprising.
For the amount of accommodation that it offers.
Yeah.
It's certainly a lot of house for the money, isn't it?
It is, definitely.
Why don't you go and investigate, have a look round now you know the price, and come and find me when you've seen enough, which I think could be a while, actually, knowing how much there is in there. OK, I'll catch you in a while.
Lovely, thank you.
I mean, there's no doubt to me that just the scale and the grandeur of this property really appeal to these two, but I can't help but think that it could just be a little bit too much.
£25,000 under budget, this modern character property provides super-sized living. It has 5 bedrooms, plus 2 one-bedroom annexes, allowing their son to enjoy some self-contained accommodation. 3 reception rooms provide ample space for family gatherings, and the garden has a lovely terrace, along with a double garage for Russ.
The garden with the gate at the bottom presents an ideal opportunity for, don't need to get in the car to take the dogs for a walk, we simply open the gate and we're out onto open fields.
The annex space definitely gives us the potential to create an independent space for Tom, but it would need some reorganising. And it seems a shame to do that because it's been fitted out so nicely.
The scale of the property, as it started to give more, it took away some of the things I was enjoying. So the downstairs living space wowed me. Then when I started to get into the 5 bedrooms upstairs and the annex, it was just a little bit overwhelming. So from a scale perspective, I think it's just a little bit too much for us.
Oh, you got lost?
Yeah, almost.
There's a lot to see.
There is.
We had to find our way back to the front.
More to discover tomorrow, but I think it's time for a glass of something nice, just to toast somebody.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
We're seeking out a new rural home for married couple Dawn and recently retired Russ, who are keen to escape the town of Farnborough, Hampshire, and head to the Lincolnshire countryside. With their budget of £500,000, they're hoping to find space for themselves, their grown-up son, and their 2 dogs. Still to come, our mystery house is a sight to behold.
You can look, you know.
Wow.
With some surprising reactions.
I genuinely mean it. I feel at home here.
And I'll be learning what it takes to maintain one of this county's most treasured landmarks.
When you take a stone out of the building, it kind of dawns on you that the last time that the back of that stone was touched, it was 700-800 years ago.
After 25 years living in the same home, Russ and Dawn were, not surprisingly, unsure about what style of house appealed to them. But yesterday it became clear that they're looking for character and an open-plan, versatile living space, which is something a mystery house has in spades. But the question is, will it be too much for them?
We're throwing all thoughts of a conventional country home out of the window for our mystery house, which lies in the small village of East Barkwith on the western edge of the Wolds. It's a perfect spot for dog walking. And afterwards, Russ and Dawn can relax in the focal point of the village, the local pub. Just on the edge of the village lies our mystery proposition. Having spent the past 25 years living in a new build, Russ and Dawn have said they're ready for some character. This modern property may not be what they had in mind, but despite its appearance, it has mystery qualities.
And so it's revealed.
Ah, the mystery house.
It is the mystery house. And you might be wondering why it's the mystery house.
Definitely.
It's an eco house. Wow. It was designed and built by the current owners in 2012, and they have done a spectacular job. It's got Scandinavian triple glazing, there's that ground source heating, you've got solar panels.
Wow.
What do you think?
I really like it. Didn't think I wanted anything modern, but it looks really lovely.
So would you like to explore this eco house?
Oh,
Very much.
Definitely.
I'm guessing the first one you've been to see.
Absolutely.
OK,
Ever.
come on.
They're certainly not put off by the contemporary style of the mystery property. In fact, they seem quite excited, and rightly so. This mystery eco-home combines super stylish modern living with the practicalities of family life, featuring a huge open-plan living area. But let's see if this property is the birthday gift that Dawn was hoping for.
So come on in. You can look, you know.
Wow. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, look at that fireplace.
Oh, it's lovely.
Oh, it is very...
Oh, it's stunning.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It really is beautiful.
It's just a lovely space.
Yeah, they've really thought it through. So it's got, of course, underfloor heating. It's got triple glazed windows. It's so efficient.
I'm speechless. I just can't take it all in.
You be the passion, I'll be the common sense then.
Okay.
So obviously it's open plan living, which I know really did appeal to you.
Yes, very
It does.
much. If you're in the kitchen area or the dining area or and people are over here, you're actually all together still.
As you say, it just flows so beautifully. And then how about that for a view? Sit at the table, have lunch, and then into the kitchen.
Love the kitchen.
Yeah.
And there's actually a brilliant sized utility room as well that is just as beautifully fitted.
They can bring the dogs through that route.
There's also a fantastic bathroom down here with the bath that electronically fills itself. So you can turn it on, come and get your glass of wine, by the time you go back it's filled and it's stopped. It's amazing, honestly. I wanted to sit in it for hours when I first saw it.
It is very special, isn't it?
It would work very well for us.
OK, so the mystery house is off to a good start then.
It's off to a very good start.
Excellent start.
What a fantastic reaction. The magic of this mystery eco-property has completely enthralled them. Also on the ground floor are 3 of the property's 4 bedrooms, a light and airy single room, another currently doubling up as a study, and a good-sized double, served by an ensuite shower room. The master bedroom is accessed via a staircase in the living area. A remarkable space, it stretches for over 40 feet. Yet another exceptional design feature of this home.
So when I said it's a master suite, I wasn't exaggerating.
Oh, wow.
That's just mind-blowing, isn't it? I mean,
It's
it's...
terrific. I've never seen anything like that.
I've never, ever seen anything like this, at all. I mean, it is totally blown me away, I have to say, in a very special way. It's very often said, but I genuinely mean it. I feel at home here. So,
Can you imagine living here?
yeah.
It's certainly having a real impact on you both, isn't it, this
Oh,
house?
yes. And I'm not an emotional man, trust me. Not in public, anyway.
You've got the Juliet balcony at the end there, so you've got those spectacular views down the garden and onto the land below, which belongs to one of the local estates, so it's protected land. It will never be built on.
I'm starting to think about what it's going to cost.
I'm really pleased to see that it's obviously just really struck a chord with you.
It has. Definitely.
It's clear that Russ and Dawn have quickly developed an emotional attachment to the mystery property. The outdoor space is thoughtfully designed and makes the most of its lovely setting. Wooden decking leads to a well-maintained garden, including a vegetable patch and some handy external storage. A detached double garage will please Russ, and the solar panels fitted to its roof will further help generate yet more energy. All told, this south-facing garden is just shy of an acre. With views over the countryside, it's an enticing rural retreat. But they need to gather their thoughts and consider everything on offer here.
The bird song is what really hits me out here. It's lovely, isn't it?
It's lovely. It's very peaceful.
What do you think about the size of the garden and the views?
I think it's stunning. It's a big garden, but it's low maintenance, so I think it doesn't frighten us. We can manage that.
So you know what's coming now. And this is probably a tricky one, because obviously I can tell that this house has had a big impact on the two of you.
I feel very emotional, very attached to it already.
Yeah, I do. I have to be honest.
So let's talk about the money. What do you think it's on the market for?
Our budget's 500,000. I think it's going to be quite near the top of that, so I'm going to say 495.
OK. Russ, what do you think?
I have a dream. And the dream says £475,000.
OK. It's actually on the market for just over your budget. It's on for £525,000. We have been told there could be some negotiation done on that price. So why don't you go back inside, take a look around, take your time, relax. I'll be here when you've seen enough.
OK.
OK,
Thank you.
Don't rush. I mean, that was just the best reaction that I could ever have expected. I always thought that Dawn might be quite emotional when she found the property that really got her, but I certainly wasn't expecting that kind of reaction from Russ.
Granted, this fabulous mystery eco house is £25,000 over budget, but the owners are open to offers, which is very encouraging. This energy-efficient modern property is fitted with Scandinavian triple glazing throughout. It provides incredibly large, light living areas and a huge master suite. There's a double garage and countryside all around.
I was a bit emotional. I felt very comfortable very quickly in the property, which surprised me an awful lot.
I don't know what it was. I think it was just walking in and the high ceiling, and I could just see myself moving straight in.
Lovely ensuite, I have to say. But equally, you could see it, because of the large amount of space, somewhat for Tom. I think Tom will really like it. The rest of the family, I think, would just be wowed by it in a similar way to we were today.
I was originally hoping it was going to be slightly under our budget, because that would have just nailed it, but it doesn't put me off. I've just got to speak to Russ.
Well, that was quite emotional, wasn't it?
Very.
I don't know about you two. I think I need a drink now. Come on, let's have a chat.
With its predominantly flat landscape, Lincolnshire's horizons lie largely uninterrupted, making the presence of the county's cathedral on its skyline all the more dramatic. Built from stone sourced from the region's own Jurassic limestone belt, Lincoln Cathedral, built in the Gothic style, has a powerful and commanding presence. For over 200 years, it was the tallest structure in the world, and over its near 1,000-year existence has survived wind, fire and earthquake. Maintaining the cathedral is an ongoing task, and Works Manager Carol Heidschuster is kindly meeting me to offer an insight into the long-term plan to preserve the future of this fabulous building.
Hi, Carol.
Hello.
I mean, just standing here in the nave, Carol, it's impossible not to be so impressed by the scale of this building. It's absolutely awe-inspiring. What are the biggest challenges that you face with a building that's, what, close to 1,000 years old?
I think with Lincoln Cathedral, because of the aspect of it, as we all know, it sits on the hill, so it gets the prevailing weather. The challenge is the stone replacement. We're quite unique that we still have our own quarry. In a sense, we're quarrying the stone of which the cathedral is stood on.
I mean, what kind of plan do you have for this? I mean, how far ahead are you planning work?
We have a cathedral architect, so he looks at the building on a 5-yearly basis, so we get his quinquennial report. The last one was done in 2012, and that identified at least 25 years' work at the rate that we're working now. We believe that we will need scaffolding in perpetuity on this building.
The scaffolding will never come down?
I think the scaffolding, there will always be scaffolding on this building because of the size of the building. So when we put a scaffolding up, bearing in mind the size of each project, we could be looking at £250,000 for a scaffolding. We have to ensure that we get good value from that. So we look at the elevation as a whole, we look at the roofing works, we look at the windows, and we look at the stonework, because we know it's going to be at least a century before our successors will get to the areas where we're working now. So this is quite long-term planning. Yes. You have to plan so far ahead because of all of the work that needs to be done.
It really is a remarkable feat of forward thinking. The cathedral stonemasons get through more than 70 tonnes of stone each year. They may be using modern tools, but the techniques are unchanged, and the passion of these craftspeople is as strong as ever. I'm meeting head of the team, Paul Booth, who has 25 years of stonemasonry experience under his belt.
Is it quite unusual as a stonemason to have a role where you can do work that's so diverse and so different?
It is, and a cathedral workshop is the best place to be challenged as a stonemason. But what we're doing is just nothing compared to the medieval masons that built it. When you take a stone out of the building, it kind of dawns on you that the last time that the back of that stone was touched or seen, it was a medieval mason, 700-800 years ago.
And who knows at what point in history somebody's going to come and think, oh, well, this is that piece that Paul did and that needs a bit of work now. That must be quite a special feeling.
It is a nice feeling knowing that you're doing something that isn't going to be worked on again for hundreds of years, hopefully.
We've got a block of the stone here. I mean, it's just beautiful, even in this form, isn't it?
It's a piece of Lincoln silver, but this is just purely for us to have a go on, really.
It takes a 3-year college course just to qualify as a stonemason, but I'm going to try my hand at it.
OK, so I know I need a pair of these, and I recognise this, the mallet and the chisel. Let's have a go. So it's an angle the chisel in?
Yes. This particular type of limestone, it's brittle, it's unforgiving, it's got a beautiful end result, but to get there, you've got to become really competent and get to know the stone.
It's amazing how it just does chip away quite easily. But it's one thing just being able to do that. I have no idea just how you translate that block into something as beautiful as this with all the carvings on it.
It's the cross between being an artist and a mason. It's like the crossover between craft and art, really.
It must be such a special thought that the work that you're creating is going to be there for your children, your grandchildren, for future generations to enjoy and appreciate.
Yeah, definitely. You do feel as though you contributed to the life of the building.
It's been an enlightening insight into how the survival of this important architectural masterpiece is being safeguarded. Hopefully Dawn and Russ are getting a bit closer to building a permanent life for themselves here in the Lincolnshire countryside.
Well, you two, this has been quite a journey, hasn't it? It felt quite emotional in that last house.
I'm exhausted from the emotion.
I mean, obviously, like you, is there a next step with the mystery house?
I think we need to go away and look at the finances.
We've got a long journey home, so there'll be a lot of reflection during that journey and then maybe progress.
Could you imagine yourself living there, Dawn?
I feel all emotional again. That's great news to me. Yeah, I definitely could see us living there. The space would just accommodate us all. It would work very well.
I'm so happy that we've managed to find you a property on this journey that had such a great emotional reaction in both of you. I'll be keeping my fingers crossed with it. But whatever the outcome, we wish you lots of luck and lots of happiness in the move here to Lincolnshire, for all of you, for you and the family.
Thank you. And I think we'd both just like to say how much we've enjoyed the process and how helpful it's been to give us this fast-track look into the area.
And maybe the opportunity to live here.
Well, we'll be coming back for the housewarming party.
Well,
if you are.
We'll let you know. You will get an
I'll
invite.
do that.
Well, we've reached the end of our time with Dawn and Russ, and what a journey it's been. It was really heartwarming to see them both so overcome with emotion in our mystery house. And I do hope that we've managed to find Dawn the birthday gift that she hoped for. The perfect family home to begin the next chapter of their lives together here in Lincolnshire. Join me next time on Escape to the Country.
If you would like to escape to the country in England, Scotland, Northern Ireland or Wales and need our help, you can apply online at bbc.co.uk/be on a show.